The Doctor Who fandom has not necessarily been in the best of states recently. It's really gotten quite divided, with two sides really going quite viciously at it. It does make me a bit sad about how personal it gets sometimes. But October the 9th saw the release of something really quite special. So special, in fact, it brought everyone together for a lovely half an hour. The Mission to the Unknown recreation, created lovingly by the University of Central Lancashire, aired on the official BBC Doctor Who channel, and to say it was a success was quite an understatement. Soaring in views is honestly one of the greatest things that has come out of this community. Why did it have such an impact? Well, let's talk about it. Mission to the Unknown is that little pocket of Who history that is extraordinary. It's technically the first ever Dr. Light episode, or rather Dr. Less episode ever, combined with the fact that it's naturally one of the missing episodes, that made it the perfect choice for anyone to recreate. In my view, there are so many things to love about this recreation. The set design is sublime in almost every aspect. It just captures that 60s aesthetic right to a T. Utilising those monochrome colours, it had the right shades and shadows used in a visually striking fashion, and it all helped lend the visage that this, in fact, was very almost the missing episode itself in terms of style and appearance. Naturally, since we only have the telesnaps in audio to compare and contrast to, it holds up remarkably well. Speaking of which, the sound design is also way up there. The music is perfectly bombastic and sudden at times, able to make you jump, but still lending to the atmospheric nature of the production, retained from the original sounds to now. The acting is something that I can clearly see a lot of detail has been put into. It is something that is not only so very well done in the way of acting performances, but you can tell that there's a lot of attention to detail being put in there as well. In particular, I have to give credit to them and compliments for utilising the classic BBC 60s received pronunciation accent, in most of the time anyway. It really lent to that feel of authenticity that you're now watching something that had just been beamed to your TV screen, or in this case computer monitor, from the 1960s. And you can just tell that the actors were just all hugely passionate and they really gave it their all. And of course we have the wonderful Nicholas Briggs reprising his much beloved role of the Daleks. Always a delight, and of course those Daleks themselves visually are just marvellously controlled, and they are a delight to see. I mean, I always loved the 60s Daleks anyway, but to see them so wonderfully representative when they're at their 60s peak is just wonderful. The interpretation of the source material is generally just excellent. Obviously I'm not going to comment too much on the writing or the script, which I do think highly of course, but that's just much more general. I just think there's a time and a place for all that. For that side of things, we have to give credit to the original team who worked on it back in 1965. They laid the groundwork, and UCLan picked it up and treated it with the utmost respect, with even Edward D'Souza, who played the original Mark Corey, seeing it. It truly goes to show that a little role in that little science fiction program will always be greater than what you think it is at the time. It stays with people and leaves an impact that no one could ever really predict. And you'll quite clearly be remembered, that's for sure. And with thanks to things like Big Finish, I don't think anyone is ever truly forgotten when it comes to Doctor Who. Which leads into one of my favourite things about this whole thing. And I apologise if I'm gushing a bit too much, but still, I have to say it. It's just so lovely how it has brought people together. Young and older fans alike, there is a unanimous sense of appreciation towards this little recreation that is so very uncommon in a lot of things to do with Who these days, and it's honestly just incredibly heartwarming to see. It's just so great where we can all actually come together with a flood of positivity when we have something truly outstanding to witness, such as the sheer heart, effort and creativity that this team has put into restoring the source material, and it's just so worthy of it as well. Huge appreciation to them and a massive thank you for bringing a lost piece of Doctor Who history back to life, pretty much as good as new. This is undoubtedly the closest as we'll get to seeing the episode short of it actually being found, but you know what? It's the most worthy replacement we could possibly have had, and it's left the fan community with such a positive impact. It's a gigantic labour of love to the Hartnell era, so I urge you to check it out if you haven't already, as well as Josh Snare's accompanying making-of video. Also, if there's another Doctor Who on Twitch marathon on the horizon anytime soon, please put that in. Many thanks in advance. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, see ya!